Hi everyone, and welcome to this channeled video, or actually it's a channeled breadcrumb message. I was just meditating and listening to some other readers just share different insights and information that they have to offer, and I had this like breadcrumb come to me through a meowing cat, and the reader was talking about how she had just gotten this new cat, and that they lived in a big house, and that the cat was older and kind of deaf, and so she, the cat was meowing out, calling out, and she was calling back to the cat, and the cat still didn't hear her, and so she started banging on her leg, and then the cat came, and she said that because he was deaf, then she had realized that they were learning this new rhythm together, and that when he calls out, she calls back and makes a louder noise so that he hears her and knows where she's at. And I just had this whole moment because I was having one of my really good friends is a twin, and she's working on reunion with her partner, and they were just going through a lot of different ups and downs and different experiences that were really struggling or really hard to deal with, challenging. You know, when you're with your twin, it asks you, everything goes into hyperdrive, and it's a constant state of reflection. This is where I'm at, this is where you're at, this part of me is reflecting back through you. And we were talking about coming from a place of love and acceptance and joy and ease and compassionate understanding and empathy. Your partner, your twin, is mirroring back to you parts of yourself that you're not accepting, loving, or understanding or giving compassion to. And so we are one. We're one. No experience is not shared, in a sense that we all experience things. We all have situations where we felt unheard, or we felt mistrusted, or like we mistrusted, or that somebody didn't, betrayed our trust, or somebody didn't do what they said they were going to do, and then we go into this mode of victimization where like, oh, how could they do that to me, and blaming and shaming. Well, remember, you've been that person before. That's not outside of you, that's inside of you. And so coming back to that place of self and saying, getting grounded, taking some breaths. One of the things that we do is, my friend and I do, is we take our shoes off and we stand in the grass and we take 3 deep breaths, and we just get grounded and centered. And sometimes it's more than 3 breaths, sometimes it's 5 breaths, sometimes it's 10 breaths, sometimes it's 20 breaths. It's not about how many breaths it is, it's about the feeling of release and ease and peace of mind, so that you're back to ground zero, out of that triggered space, and can actually move forward and take action from your higher consciousness. And so with the cat, the breadcrumb for me was, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're feeling, if you don't know what to do, you're uncertain, you feel afraid, or you have anxiety, call out to spirit and they will respond. Sometimes it will be something subtle at first, and if you're still missing it, call out. And one of the ways that I call out is I will literally say, hey universe, what's up? It's me. I need some help. Help me. I don't get it. I'm confused. I don't understand. Or help me. Honestly, one of the things that I do the most is, universe, show me the truth. Show me the core essence of this. What is the point? What are we doing here? What is this person seeking to convey? Or what is the lesson? What do I need to understand so that I can move forward? Because all of this, at the end of it, is just about integration. Integrating all the pieces of you back into you, and coming from unity consciousness with unconditional love and acceptance. Now, that's not saying allowing anyone else or yourself to do things that don't serve your highest and greatest good. But it does mean, when something does happen, when your beloved says to you something mean, or you say something mean to yourself, you turn to that self and you say, it's okay that you felt that. That did hurt my feelings, and I don't wish to do that like that. I don't want to be like that. I wish I'm going to set a boundary here and now that we don't do this like this anymore, or that I won't participate in this behavior here and now. But that means that self-accountability. I did do that. I was that person. I was a part of that interaction, and taking accountability for where you're at and what your exchange in it was, and then going forward from there, saying, I'm going to take conscious action, conscious effort, put a focus on upgrading, so that when I do come to that situation, I respond in a more whole, healed, healthy way. And And sometimes we mess up and we make a mistake, or we come from wounding, or we get triggered, and we are that guy. We do those things. And so just coming back to the self, I know I do that. I know I have my own triggers, and that I've been working on them, and that I can be super defensive. And so learning how to not be so defensive, how to listen to what's being said, how to understand that the point here is not to win or to lose, not to tit for tat it, but to come from a place of creating more understanding. And so, again, go back to taking accountability for the self. Say you lied. I lied, or I pulled a sneaky move because I felt like you were lying to me. And so because of that, I then was triggered and took action in a way that was outside of wholeness. And then saying, next time we come to this scenario, please tell me the truth, and I will also tell you the truth. And so when I get triggered like that, or I have that intuition, I share it. I'm feeling this certain type of way. I would like to talk about it. And then going forward from there, coming back to consciousness. Now, yes, this takes practice. Yes, this is calibration. No, you're not going to get it right. I didn't get it right the first time. I didn't get it right the 5th time sometimes. And sometimes I still have to practice this. But the point is that you're learning and growing, and you're taking conscious efforts to be that best self, and to show up with love and authenticity and transparency, compassion and understanding for not only oneself, but for the rest of the world. Most times what people do has nothing to do with you. How you respond and how you choose to be about it has everything to do with you. And so, where can I take more self-accountability? These are questions that I ask myself on a daily basis. Where can I be more accountable? How can I be more of service to myself and then to this whole universe? How can I be my best self every day? How can I fill my cup? How can I be love to myself? How can I support myself? One of my struggles is negative self-talk. And while I am powerful, and I've learned how to support myself and love myself and give to myself, that was a very challenging process for me. And I still have to sometimes recalibrate and refocus and go forward. The point isn't that you made the mistake and have to recalibrate. The point is that going forward from here, you learned the lesson, and you learned how to recalibrate so that you don't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. That level of self-accountability and understanding with oneself, so that you can move forward in wholeness. And as you align, as within, so without, as above, so below, and so everything will meet you where you're at, just like the universe, just like spirit. So if you're in a situation where you don't know what to do, you don't know how to be, you just call on spirit and say, hey, I need help, support me, show me, light it up like the 4th of July. What's the next step? Where's the breadcrumbs? Light it up. And if it's right in front of my face, make it so bright I literally can't miss it. Okay, guys, this is my little tidbit. Following a breadcrumb. I chose not to do a reading about it today because Spirit showed me on camera with my face, and doing it a new way. And so I love reading cards. I love my cards. I love sharing my gift with everyone. But I'm also learning how to be creative and do things in new ways, and to step outside of my comfort zone. And so this is me stepping outside of my comfort zone, saying hello to all of you. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.